Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Mr. Frank Loy and Mrs. Loy Shirley, his son David, the Ambassador of the United States, Mrs. Michelle Fortnoy, the International Board headed by Ambassador Al Moses from Washington, Mr. Israel Weisman from Philadelphia, Jack Silverman from Chicago, Marty Green from London, Hermann Reich from Germany, Anne Pollens from Florida. Welcome all the members of the Executive Board, ladies and gentlemen, guests, senior researchers, distinguished guests. Again, good evening and welcome all. I was told today that I am in the headlines. I said you have to be a criminal in order to be in the headlines in this country, and I already wore my prison outfit to go to the Turkish prison. But I think I did more complicated missions in my life, and I shall survive. The city of Tel Aviv and the state of Israel seem this evening, if we compare it to the tumultuous world around us, as an island of stability and prosperity. The guests saw the people on the beaches. This is a wonderful country. Our inhabitants in the 6th place in the world feeling happiness. Our borders are quiet. Our strategic deterrence is very strong. Our military is one of the best in the world. Our economy lives up to the crises all over the world. Our high tech is one of the most advanced, and we're even not angry anymore at Moses, who took us 3,000 years ago to a country without gas or oil. However, having said that, it is obvious to all of us that this is just a temporary snapshot, and the state of Israel is now in the middle of 2012, facing events and threats which are potential and quite extraordinary in 2012, 2013. If we look at the future, the state of Israel has to cope with real challenges to its national security. The Iranian nucleus is already about to be decisive. Do we accept the bomb, or do we go to bomb them? Both are very problematic alternatives, very dangerous. The changes in the Arab world around us may jeopardize the stability of peace relations, which is such an important pillar to our security. In Syria, we have a ferocious, cruel civil war which can go downwards, and the stalemate in the political process and the weight of Hamas may bring about a violent outbreak. All this reserves discussion and proactive policy. Just to sit there and do nothing is not an option. We have to cope with all these risks and to take advantage of the opportunities that we have in any crisis. In any crisis, you have opportunities. Here is the place of such an independent institute, non-dependent, and this is the headline of our conference that we're holding this year, looking for opportunities in a tumultuous environment. The objective of INSS is formulated in the words that it's going to be one of the leading research centers in the world and will hold high-quality, innovative research. I believe in the capability of this professional team of the researchers of the Institute, people who believe in our core values, to be relevant, to be professional, and with integrity and independence we can cooperate as a group. And together we're going to fulfill the vision, a research institute that makes all the difference. We are acting in a place which has an emptiness between the immediate media that only runs after rating and sound bites and the academe, which is more deep but a bit slower and looks back, and the civil servants who intensively deal with daily crises. And it's also depended a little bit on political approval to its positions. In this scope, we have a place, and we have to shape and to advance new modus operandi and long-term strategies. that come to the public discourse and come to the decision makers in a relevant time with real depth. And this is our contribution to the security and prosperity of the State of Israel. Towards the annual conference and in our work plan in 2012, we established 5 teams for analysis and presentations of models of thinking and recommendations for policy. In the 5 issues that we found the most important for the State of Israel at this time: the Iranian nuclear, the Arab uprising, the stalemate in the peace process with the Palestinians, the relations of Israel with its great ally, the United States, and the security budget in the context of social protests. This afternoon, we had a long session regarding the budget, and we presented the new model for decision-making. After the assimilation of very good comments from the discussion with the participants, we are going to present an improved model. This is how we're going to do with all the sessions tomorrow as well. We're going to present our work, and we'll be open to improve it according to the comments of the guests and the respondents. The teams that worked very long at these problems came to a few insights which will be detailed tomorrow in the session. And in order to make you want to come tomorrow without stealing the show, I want to say that we argue, and I'll give you just a taste. We argue that we have to take any third alternative before we start selecting between bombing them or receiving a bomb here. But we say that when we come to this crossroad of decision, and as I said, we're still not there, the alternative of attacking is less dangerous to Israel than the alternative that Iran will have a nuclear bomb. We're going to develop the conditions of exerting force against Iran while focusing on the strategic planning, not just of the attack itself, but also the day after and the decade after, if in fact there is an attack. In the Palestinian arena, we shall argue that it cannot give the Palestinians the key for the future of the State of Israel as a Jewish and democratic state. We are going to say that if we don't have a partner to shape the borders of the State of Israel in a unilateral way, but coordinated, while implementing the lessons of the unilateral step which did not fail in 2005 in Gaza. That's what we think. I wish all of us a very deep, innovative conference that will contribute to the capability to navigate the State of Israel in a very tumultuous environment of the Middle East for the next few years. Good evening to all.